Okay, now we're recording. One thing I need to say to everybody before we get started is um, I'm a Beachbody coach just like you guys. So you need to know that Teamzy is independent from me and that I do not profit financially from you guys using Teamzy. That is my legal disclaimer for compliance and for you guys. So you need to know that. Okay, so that's great. Teamzy is compliant with Beachbody policies. So now that we've got that out of the way, we're going to get started with training you guys. And I know we're expecting hundreds of people today, which is amazing. I'm super excited to talk to you guys, but I'm going to take you through some real nuts and bolts type of things. Some of you who've been on team calls with me, I get deep into more of the philosophy training. Tonight, we're just going to go right into the app and I'm going to show you how to get it set up properly and how to just power through power hours. Okay, so here's the thing I want you guys to know. Teamzy does a lot of stuff and we're continually working on expanding what it does and making it easier to use based on the feedback that we're getting from coaches like you guys who are using it. It's going to be, eventually it's going to do everything we want it to do. But here's what I want you to know. If nothing else, if you're not able to do anything else, but absolutely obliterate a power hour every day, your business is going to just skyrocket. Okay, so that's what I hope you guys will leave this call with today. I'm going to take you through that. I'm also going to give you some tips on how to really follow up like a pro. One of the things that I found talking to coaches is that this group, our community, we're not good at follow up. And if we are good at follow up, it's just a couple of times. So we're going to talk a lot about follow up because 80% of sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow up. So it's important to have a system for doing that. Okay, so let's dive right in. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and we're going to jump over to Teamzy. It's a bit strange for me because usually I do Zoom calls and I can see all your faces. I'm literally talking to myself, so this is pretty cool. All right, so now you guys are looking at Teamzy. Now, some of you who've been using this for a little while may notice the dashboard looks a little different. And this is important because you need to know it's going to be constantly being updated based on feedback. So as we're looking at this dashboard, you can see kind of how cool it is, right? It leads you through your prospects to your customers. I'm sorry, you connect with prospects, customers, coaches, tracks your invites, and new ads to your list. Before we do that though, let's go ahead and get it set up. So when you guys come into this for the first time, you're going to be in a setup wizard. Some of you guys are already using it. You may be in free trials. I want you all to know before we get too deep into this, you can get a free trial of Teamzy at teamzy.com. Get a free trial, no strings attached for 30 days, okay, 30 days. The point of a 30-day free trial is this. We want you guys to be generating so much momentum in that first month that income and investment is never an issue for you. Okay, so get in there and use it. If you haven't already signed up for your free trial, go ahead and do it while I'm talking. I will not be offended. Okay, so the first time you guys log in, you are going to be jumping into the setup wizard. Okay, I'm going to launch it for you. And this is what it looks like. It's going to walk you through setup. This is a coach-proof setup process, said lovingly. Okay, it's really easy. And what you'll do in the setup process is you're going to set your income goal. You're going to create a powerful why, and you're going to get all of your contacts imported and get them ranked. And I'll talk to you guys about what that means in a couple of minutes. Okay. And when you're doing this and I'm not here with you live, you can walk through it with me in video. There's little videos on every page that walk you through it. Seriously, this is as easy as can be. Okay. So the first step is we're going to set an income goal. Okay. Now, one of the things that is really neat about this program is that it calculates based on your income goal, what sort of activity you need to be doing on a daily basis to achieve it, okay? So set your goal here and set it high. This is assuming you're gonna be using a system like Teamzy daily for 12 months, okay? That is going to be a game changer for you. So set a good lofty goal for 12 months from now. You can see I've set my goal for $150,000, okay? And that's kind of an important number because that is the number that I left behind when I left the corporate world to become a Beachbody coach. So to me, that's an important number. That's just to get me back to that starting point. Okay, so then the next thing here is how many personally sponsored coaches do you already have? Okay, one little caveat on this. If you are not, let's say, a 10-star diamond coach or above, leave this at 0. Okay, leave this at 0. Why, you may ask? Well, because the system is going to assume if you have a lot of personally sponsored coaches that there's a lot of income coming from your volume. Right? And it's not gonna expect you to have as much activity. The reason being is that if your goal was, let's say you're a superstar diamond coach and your goal is to make $1 million, it's not going to assume you need to do all of that through new sales. Okay, does that make sense? So again, 10 star or below, leave that 0. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, so now it kind of explains it to me. $150,000, let's do this. They've crunched the numbers. I need to complete 4,348 connects. That's outgoing proactive communication to people on my list or people maybe that I haven't even met yet, right? So great. That's what I need to do. No problem, right? Sounds easy. It doesn't sound easy. It sounds a little overwhelming. The next page will break it down for me. This is called the breakdown. And Teamzy has made recommendations. So they've recommended a mix between prospects, customers, and coaches. And if I break it down yearly, then monthly, then weekly, then daily, now it's something I can take a bite out of and it's something achievable. So that 4,378 is now 9 connects with prospects, 6 connects with customers, 4 connects with coaches on my team. And then of course, it's got kind of the minimum expectation that I'll do 3 invites a day and 3 adds to my list a day. Okay, now here's something important you guys need to know. You can change these to whatever you want. Okay, you don't have to follow the recipe that it suggests. In fact, this is my mix that I do every day, 14, 4, and 2. I'm going to keep the 3s. And anytime that you guys want to modify these goals, those of you guys who are using Teamzy, there's a little link on the dashboard that says edit activity goals that will take you to these pages, and you can just change these boxes and hit continue. You don't have to change your income goal. You can just change these. Okay. So now we're going to go to the next step. Now those goals are set. Now what's cool about that is the dashboard now will tell me what I need to do every day. And I'll show you, it even gives me high fives when I actually achieve it. The next step here is finding your why. This is important. This is one of those personal development moments for you guys that the guys put in the software to help you, okay? Because you need to have a deep, powerful why for why you're doing this business. Because if you don't, you will quit, right? And you guys know this. You've probably been through trainings in this, I hope. But you need to connect to the deep why. Why are you doing this? That why has to be deep. Why is that? Because you have crappy willpower. Nobody has willpower. Willpower is a myth. Why power is the only thing that matters. So when the what is difficult, you need a why that's bigger. So what we did was we created a journaling exercise right here in the software just to help you refine and develop your thinking on your why. If you haven't sat down to do this, this is a great way to get it done. So it starts out with some easy questions. Why did you become a coach? Put in your answer. What did you hope to accomplish? Great. So each one gets a little deeper. And this is just for you. Nobody looks at this but you, but we're helping you refine your thinking. Why is it important to you that you accomplish that? Okay. What would achieving that mean for you and your family? How is that meaningful? How do you feel about that? Because you need to get to the emotion, right? And so then you get to your why statement. You put it in right here, guys, and click continue, and it will be saved on your dashboard. So every day that you log into Teamzy, you will see your why. It'll remind you why making 20 connects right now is important when you don't feel like doing it, right? Because I know you're not going to feel like doing this every day, just like you don't feel like doing your workout every day, right? But you have a reason to do it. You have a why to do it. So do this, guys. And I will tell you, some of you guys have seen me talk about this before. My why started as boy, I'd like to make $500 extra per month. And it ended up with, which some of you guys may have seen it, but my why is on every one of your pages as the default text. It became a way to never be worried about losing my job again, right? Because I lost my job in the height of the last recession. I'm the main breadwinner for my family. That was incredibly scary. My wife was pregnant, and we didn't know what we were going to do, and there were no jobs. That was really scary. I don't ever want to feel that again. So for me, it grew. The why got deeper. It became something that this is something that I can build where I don't have to worry about that, where I get to be with my kids and get to be healthy. And man, it becomes an amazing why. So do this. Don't skip this, guys. Do it, okay? And get your teams to do it. It's important. If you have somebody on your team who doesn't know why they're a coach, guess what? They're not going to be on your team long. Okay, next step. The next step is getting all of your contacts loaded into Teamzy. Guys, this is the part that most systems make so freaking hard. But this is so easy. It is so easy. I'm telling you right now. And it may still seem hard to you, and that's okay. You just ask for help, and the guys will help you. But basically, you've got 3 ways to do it. First, if you have your data somewhere, that means if you're not using a notebook, right? So you're using maybe a CRM somewhere. A CRM is contact relationship manager. That's what CRM means. Something like, I don't know, maybe you've got contacts in Outlook, maybe you've got contacts in Gmail, whatever. You need to import those contacts from there, right? So they come out in a CSV file. That's just a file type. It's nothing scary. When you export your contacts from those sources, it'll come over in a CSV file. That imports right into Teamzy, no questions, super easy. Okay, the next thing is you want to get and each one of these is a video, guys, that will show you how to do it step by step. You want to get all your friends from Facebook into Teamzy. This is one of the things that makes this awesome, because you guys know we use Facebook Messenger so much to connect with people. And it's such a cool way to connect with people because you don't need any contact information. And you've got all those people that you've built in Facebook. So the idea is you get that list in, and now we have a system to work the list. You're not just hunting and pecking through Facebook Messenger trying to remember who you talk to. It's all going to be systemized for you. So you want to follow the instructions there and get all your friends imported into Teamzy. And then, of course, from the Coach Online office, you want to get your customers and your coaches in here, okay? Those of you guys who have huge teams, you're going to want to refine your results on your coaches to decide how many you want to import, okay? So those of you guys who, I've been through this with a couple of you super studs, definitely refine, do an advanced search for your downline to decide how many levels deep you want to be connecting with on a regular basis. Okay, so once you get everybody imported, guys, this is really cool. You're gonna now rank them, okay? And what'll happen is you'll be on your team page. It'll drop you right here on your team page. Team right here on the left-hand side. You guys see that? Now you know how to get back here. This is your entire list. This is your entire list. When it's clicked on all like this, it's your entire list. Everybody's in here, right? So I've got just under 1,400 people on my list right now. And then you can toggle between prospects, customers, and coaches, right? So you've got some sub lists there. And then of course you can create any groups that you want. Okay, so on this list, you'll be in rank mode, and it'll be automatically in this mode, okay? Because it wants you to go through and prioritize all your relationships. And this is where a lot of coaches, they skip this step. But here's the thing I will tell you guys, don't skip this step. If you skip this step, Teamzy's not going to work right. It needs to know who to prioritize for you. The whole point here is you set this up one time, guys, and you never, ever, ever have to plan who you're going to connect with ever again. Your power hour will be planned forever. Think about that for a second. How much time does it take to plan a power hour? This is the part that blows me away. Invite, invite, invite. You guys know that, right? I mean, it's been drilled into us. Invite, invite, invite. What does that mean? How do you do that? So if I said sit down for an hour, Jennifer, and go invite, 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 what do you do? You won't ever ask that question again. This is gonna be so easy. So here's how you do this, guys. You go down your list and you give everybody a grade, 5 stars to 1 star. Just like you're rating a Netflix, something on Amazon. You guys know how to do this all day long, okay? 5 star to 1 star. 5 stars, those are your rock stars. Those are your favorite people. Those are the people that you want to talk to the most. Okay, 5-star people will show up on your list every single month. So they'll show up every month. You'll get a message to just say, hey, go say hi to this person, connect with this person. 5 stars are people who are most likely to do business with you. They're most likely to be interested in the business opportunity. Or maybe they're a current customer. They're your rock star customers. Or maybe they're a coach. They're your rock star coaches. Okay, those are your 5-star people. Your 4-star people are the people that you think are likely to become a customer or a coach. Like they're pretty likely, they're a pretty warm person, okay? And these people are gonna come on your list every 2 months, every 60 days, okay? Also your current customers that are just solid performers, you might put them in as 4s. Coaches as well that are, solid coaches, maybe not your rockstar coaches, they might be 4s as well. 3s kind of where the default. That's where when you add people to your list that come in as a 3, and people you're not really sure where they're going to land, just leave them as a 3. Okay, so when you're going through your list the first time, you're really hunting and pecking for 5s. That's this one, right? 5s, 4s, and then of course you want the people that you want to derank or delete, right? So you can keep most people at 3 to start because you're not sure where they are. A 3 is just somebody that you don't know. Maybe they might do business with you. They might join your team. You don't know. Okay, and then as you're working the list, you will change people's ranks. So 3-star people show up every 90 days. You get a reminder every 90 days. So those are people you're nurturing over time. And then 2-star people are going to show up every 4 months. Okay, so again, and then 1 stars, if they're 1 star, this is kind of where you put them in the deep freezer, right? Those are people you're keeping, but you're not connecting with. They're not showing up they're not showing up on your dashboard. Okay, so do this, guys. Go through it. 1,400 contacts. I could probably do it in 35, 40 minutes tops, right? Get some good music, a glass of wine, Shakeology, whatever, and bang through this. You do it 1 time and you're done. I like to say, look, you're moving into your dream home. Just unpack the dishes, for crying out loud, okay? So you can get down to eating. Okay, so once you've done that sorting, you are now going to be totally ready to use Teamzy, okay? And you'll come in here every single day to your dashboard. It could be on your computer or it could be mobile, okay? So I'll hold up my mobile in my little window, see if you guys can see it, but you can do it on mobile. It's got a mobile website. You log on to it from your mobile browser on your phone and then save it to your home screen. And it's got a really awesome optimized mobile interface for those of you guys who live on your phones like I do. So I don't know if you can see that, but there it is. Okay, so you're gonna come in here every day, do your power hour. I like to do my power hour in the morning, though I don't always do it in the morning, but I'm gonna explain to you why. It's because what we're gonna do in a power hour is we are going to create new conversations. We're going to create new conversations. And those conversations will often continue throughout the day, maybe even over a couple of days. So I like to do it in the morning so that all day long I can be having conversations. So we talked about my particular goals are 14 prospect connects, 4 customer connects, and 2 coach connects each day. As you complete them, these circles will go more solid so that you know you're close. And you can see I'm real close to finishing because I want to get that 100% with you guys on the phone. So here's what we do. You come to your list and Teamsy's going to tell you who to contact today. So it's telling me to contact my old friend Donna, who I haven't talked to in a long time. Great. You can see I'm on prospects. See, it's on prospects. So I like to use Facebook, and I've got Facebook on a separate window open. No, Teamzy will not send messages to Facebook. Guys, this is a CRM. It's not a messaging app. It will record your conversations. Actually, Facebook doesn't allow any apps to send messages through it anymore. You have to use the Facebook Messenger app. So here's what I do. I just got it open in a separate tab, and I'm going to look up Donna. Okay, hopefully she's on Facebook. I'm pretty sure she is. There she is. Okay, great. She's got 2 Facebooks. Let's see. That one I'm not friends with. Let's go to the other one. All right, let's go to the one I'm friends with. Great. Oh, I'm not friends with either one. All right, well we'll just take a risk and send her a message. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I just want to connect with Donna. I just want to start a conversation with her, right? So I'm going to go ahead and send her a message. Well, that's like the best typing I've done all week, you guys. You should be really impressed. I didn't have to backspace or anything. Okay, so here's what I wrote. Hi, Donna, how are you? Just popping by to say hello. Hope your day was awesome, Eric. Okay, great. So there's the message. Nothing deep, nothing crazy. Really what I wanted to do was just start a conversation with her, okay? So I'm gonna copy that and toggle back to Teamzy, okay? So what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna paste it right in, okay? I'm gonna record that as a Facebook message, and I'm gonna send it, complete it. Not send it, we send it through Messenger. So now it's completed. That is now saved in Donna's record, and Donna's off my list. You notice that she disappeared from my list, and my list moved up. So I'm moving my way down. Who's up next? Next up is Laura. Does that make sense? Okay, so Donna's gone. She's a 3, which means she'll show up on my list again in 90 days. She'll show up on my list again in 90 days. That's crazy, right? No, it's not, because she'll most likely respond, and we'll have a conversation. And as that conversation progresses, I'll show you how to turn it into an invite and log a sooner follow-up from that in a little bit. Okay, so the next person on my list is Laura Hawkins. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing. There she is. Again, I'm pretty sure I'm friends with this one. Okay. So now I'm going to send her a message. Okay. She was a coworker of mine for many years. And guess what, guys? I'm going to be super efficient. I'm going to just use the same message. Why not? It's just a great hello message. Now, a couple things about this message that I've done. 1, I used her name. 2, I gave her a well wish. Like, I just really hope you had an awesome day. And I signed my name. Why did I do those things? Well, first, I wanted her to know that this isn't like one of those hack spam messages from somebody she hasn't talked to in a long time that just say hi, those little creepy things. So I want to give a little bit more than that. No matter what, I want her to feel like, oh, that was nice. He wished me an awesome day. So that we're creating some good wishes, right? Now, chances are these ladies will respond. If they don't, what I hope will happen is they'll have a smile when they see this and possibly visit my Facebook page and see what's up. And maybe, and if they don't respond in 90 days when I ping them again, each time we get a little closer to having a warm relationship. Okay. Now, the cool thing about this is, guys, Teamzy is a way for you to reach out to all the people in your war market, but it's also an awesome way to develop relationships with cold market leads. Those people you're meeting on social media and on Instagram, things like that, people that you're meeting. This is a great way to nurture and deepen those relationships. That's the whole point here, is that you're nurturing and deepening relationships, moving people to a place where they are more likely to do business with you or join your team. Okay. All right. So that's another Facebook message. Now, what's cool, did you notice that I got to 100% and it told me you crushed it? For those of you guys using Teamzy, you know how awesome it is to get the you crushed it. I mean, that's what we live for. Okay, so I'm going to complete that one. So now I've gone a little bit past. Okay, great. So once you've gone through all of your prospects, and it might even be that I use the same message all 14 times. It doesn't matter. Just send them out there, because what'll happen is you start creating conversations, and then you have an opportunity to form, use your form training, get deeper with the customer, with the conversation, and hopefully get to a place where you can do an invite, okay? And I'll show you guys how to do that in a minute. So once you've gone through all your prospects and got your circle, now you're gonna move over to your customers. So the way you do that is you just click on customers and it toggles the customer list. Guys, this is so huge. You have to be connecting with customers. Got to be connecting with customers constantly. Why is that? Well, you're the coach, right? We have a sacred duty to be helping these people. And when they don't hear from us, they fall off the wagon, right? How many people have a customer that you never talk to that is just a rock star? It's very rare. They need accountability. They need support. They need encouragement. They've got to rewrite a whole lifetime of bad habits. They need us to be in contact with them. Also, from a business perspective, people are going to cancel their Shakeology if they don't hear from you. Doesn't matter how great it is. They need, you need to be in contact with them, serving them, so that they can continue to be your customer. But here's the most important thing, and I'm just going to take a little side note here to explain this to you guys. And get your pens out. If you haven't found any nuggets yet, this is your nugget. Your current customer is the hottest source of a new lead. Okay? I'll say it the other way. The hottest source for a new lead is your current customer. The hottest source for a new lead is your current customer. I don't care how good you are at social media. I don't care how amazing you are at forming people at the grocery store. Your current customer is your best source of a new lead. Let me explain this. Think about this for a second. You guys are doing the 21-day fix. You got a challenge group going. You've got everybody's, working together. People are excited. And these people are at work and they're making Shakeology in the kitchen, right? And there's the big donut box from Krispy Kreme, and they're like, no, I'm having chocolate Shakeology. This is way better. They're walking around with their little Tupperwares, the little color-coded Tupperwares, being super annoying to the people who are killing pizza right there at the lunch tables, right? Going, oh, I'm on a program. They're watching the inches melt away. They're excited about what they're doing, right? They're excited about what they're doing. They're talking about it with everybody. Oh, that's the annoying person who's doing 21-day fix. What's happening is, those people are interested. But the question I have for you guys is, why aren't all those people your customer? Why aren't you getting all those people? And then why isn't this customer becoming a coach because they've generated all this interest with all these new people? It's because, well, there's a few reasons why. One is you're probably not in contact with that customer anyways, the way you should be, right? The second thing is you're not asking them. You're not teaching them how to do it so that you can actually help all those people. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys a couple tips that you can use right now to go get all your, to get all of your current customers to duplicate themselves. Okay, so here's what you do. When you reach out to them, there's a simple format to how you do this. The first thing that you do is you look for a way to serve them, right? So I see that I'm getting messages right now on my Facebook, probably responses to all my outgoing messages today. So let's say it's my friend Laura that's responding. You say, hi, Laura. I just wanted to tell you, just wanted to reach out and see if there's anything I could do for you today. Is there anything that I can do to make your day? Can I answer any questions? You know, how can I better serve you today? So the first thing you want to do is look for a way to serve them, right? And maybe you already know a way. Maybe they've already addressed a need for you that you can fill. So that's your first thing that you want to do is serve them. The next thing you want to do in this conversation, and it could be by message, guys, this doesn't have to be face to face or voice to voice, is you want to acknowledge them. You want to give them some praise and some acknowledgement. So, hey, I just wanted to let you know, Laura, I'm really proud of you. You're doing amazing in the group. You're working hard and you're seeing the results for it. Okay, so you want to give some praise and acknowledgement. Now, what'll happen is that in the interchange, Laura will tell you how excited she is about the results she's getting to. Okay, and so now this is where you ask. You say, hey, Laura, you know, I just want to let you know, it's been a real honor for me to help you. And I want you to know I would be happy and honored to help any of your friends or family the same way. Can you think of anybody who would benefit from being in our next challenge group? Just directly ask it. Can you think of anybody who would benefit from being in our next challenge group? Okay. And your person will think of somebody or two or three. And this is what you say. You say, great. Would you do me a favor? Would you just introduce them to me quickly via text or group chat or message? And I'll make sure they get all the information they need. Okay. Could you just quick introduce me via text or message or email, whatever's easiest, and I'll make sure they get all the information. Guys, it's really important. Don't ask for referrals, ask for introductions. What is a referral? I mean, you know, that's what you used to get in school when you were a bad kid, right? Ask for an introduction. Ask for an introduction. Make it easy on them and they'll do it. And then now the ball's in your court. Guess what? You got a new relationship. You got a new person you can put in Teamzy and you can start nurturing. They might not join the next challenge group, but you got a new relationship you can start nurturing. Does that make sense? Okay, so important to talk to your customers. Next, your coaches. You're going to connect with your coaches. Of course, it's called Teamzy, you guys. It's called Teamzy. It's about building your team. You need to build relationships with your coaches. I know that you have a weekly team call. I know that you've got 10 Facebook groups that you're interacting with, but people need one-on-one, even if it's just a text or a message on Facebook. Just, hey, how are you doing? We do not operate well in a communication vacuum. We do not operate well in a communication vacuum. People need to hear from each other. So Teamzy is going to help you work that list of coaches. Even if you have a huge downline, you'll be able to just do a couple a day, say hello to people, make their day. That is what it is. People are loyal to a relationship more than any other reason. You want people to stay on your team? You want them to stick with building their business? Give them a reason to be loyal. Okay, so now we've come through, we've done our prospects, we've done our customers, we've done our coaches. You can see I got all mine done for the day. Yes. Now what happens is we're gonna do follow-ups, but let me show you how the follow-ups happen. So we sent out a couple messages, right? And then we had some conversations. So we had some people said, oh, I'm great. Thanks for reaching out. How are you? Great. I'm great. You know, when you start forming, you have a conversation. And we get to the point where you say, hey, you know what? I have a group coming up on the 18th of April. Would you be interested in more information on that? Yeah, I'd love it. Send it over. Great. So now we're going to send an invite. So let's just use my friend Laura as the guinea pig. She's the last person I reached out to. So I'm going to grab Laura. I'm going to look her up in the lookup bar. Okay. Look her up in the lookup bar. Great. There she is. Laura Hawkins. Okay, great. First thing I'm going to do is go to the activity feed and I'm going to copy our entire conversation from Messenger and paste it in here so that I have the whole conversation. You just click edit and then you just paste it. So, I mean, obviously we haven't had the rest of the conversation, but I would just paste it in there. And once the whole conversation's in there, then I just save it like that. Okay, and then it'll be in the activity feed. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to send her the invite, right? So it would be an email. Let's say it's 21-day fix. I'm going to send her an invite. I'll probably do it via email. Do the invite. See, I clicked invite, and now it's asking me type. It's challenge group. Okay, this is important because we're tracking all this stuff. Now, I'm going to send her a follow-up for tomorrow. See right here, follow-up? It's right now at default. I'm going to change that to tomorrow. This is so, I don't even know the words. It's so awesome the way Teamzy does this, guys. There's no CRM in the world that makes follow-ups so easy to schedule and so impossible to screw up and have people fall through the cracks. Okay, so I'm going to set this for tomorrow. Now, here's how this works. I'm going to also teach you guys how to do this and how to follow up lots of times without feeling like you're nagging people. I'm sure that some of you guys probably feel like you're nagging people when you do follow-ups. So it's important that you not only follow up, but that you do it in a way so that it's fun for everybody. Okay, so now I'm going to send this, right? And when I complete it, it's going to set her on my tomorrow's follow-up list. Okay. So I sent her the email, and then what I would typically do is I'd go back to Messenger and say, hey, Laura, I just sent you the email with all the information for the group. I will follow up tomorrow, see what questions you have. Okay. So that's all. I will follow up tomorrow and see what questions I have. It's really important that I tell her that she's going to be hearing from me tomorrow. Okay. So those of you who've seen my longer training know it's all about creating trust. And when I tell her that I'm going to follow up tomorrow, I am setting the tone, I'm setting the stage to put a little deposit in her trust piggy bank with me. Okay. So now that's how you're going to set your follow-ups. Okay. So now when I'm on the dashboard and I've gone through my prospects, my customers, my coaches, now I'm going to get to my follow-ups. Okay. And so now here's my follow-up list. These are the people I've set. You can see Philomena is due. She's red. She's actually due a few days. And then I've got my list. Here we go. And there's Laura. She's set up for tomorrow. So all these are yellow. These are all due tomorrow. They're going to be my tomorrow follow-up. So when I come in here tomorrow, I'm going to follow up with these people. So let me just explain to you how to do this. So when I come in to talk to Laura tomorrow to follow up, here's what I'm going to say. Hey, Laura, it's Eric. Just checking in like I promised I would. Just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay, that's my dialogue. Just checking in like I promised I would. What I'm doing with that is I am explaining to her kind of in a subconscious way, maybe it's not that subconscious, maybe it's pretty conscious, that I'm completing my first promise to her. Okay, that I'm somebody she can trust, and I'm going to continue to build that trust with her as we go. So I'm following up like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? So what I would do, let's just do it. So I would go and I would send her that message. Of course, I would have sent it through Messenger, but this is just a hypothetical. Okay, so I would send that through Messenger, and then I would record it here. Okay, and again, I'm going to set my follow-up again for tomorrow. Okay, because when I send an invite, I want to follow up. I follow up 3 days in a row. 1, 2, 3. So now she'll be on my list again for tomorrow because I set it again for tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to come back in when I do my follow-ups, day after tomorrow, I should say. If I haven't heard from her, I'm going to message her again. Hey, it's me checking in again. Just wanted to make sure you got my email and see if you had any questions. Okay. So what I'm doing now is I'm showing her that she can trust me as a coach. Not only that, but I'm following up. And I know it's going to take a bunch of follow-ups because people are busy and they have crazy lives. And let's be honest, as much as they want to change, they're not that excited about eating out of those little cups, even though there's a lot of food fits in those cups. They're not that excited about working out. They know it's going to be hard. So they're kind of dodging it, and that's normal. So you have to be on it. Okay. So then the next day I do it again, check it again. And then what I would do is after I followed in 3 days in a row, I might change, sorry, it's here. I might change it to 2 days now. I might do a couple 2 days apart, and then I'll do them 4 days apart. Depends on how close we are to the end of the month, right? Whether I do it every single day. My point is that I will follow up with people 10 times. Even with not a single response, I will follow up with them 10 times before I let them go back into the default flow. Okay, you guys can do that too. And with Teamzy, nobody will fall through the cracks. It's really easy. You don't even have to remember who to follow up with. You just come hit this follow-ups list each day and see who it is, and then follow up with them. Okay, so Philomena, by the way, she's overdue. Just for those of you guys who are just going nuts seeing that 4-2 thing, I'm waiting for her challenge pack to deliver. So I do a follow-up through the sale, and then I do a follow-up to tell them it shipped, and then I do a follow-up saying it says it delivered. Here's how you do your Shakeology. So that's just something I do. Okay, so guys, really important. Don't be afraid to follow up with people. You want to follow up with people and let them know that it's you caring for them, that it's you as their coach caring for them and showing them how, what it means to be coached by you. Okay, you don't have to be a nag. Now, here's a tip for those of you guys who are doing follow-ups via telephone. Here's the tip to leave messages on a telephone without being a nag. Never, ever, ever ask somebody to call you back on a phone message. Okay, if you're doing a sales call, never ask them to call you back. It's super annoying. You guys know it is. How annoying is it when somebody leaves you a message that says, call me back? You want to know why they're calling, and you want it to be convenient for you because we don't even talk on the phone that much. So what you do is this. Hey, Laura, it's Eric. Just checking in like I promised I would. I missed you here on your mobile phone, but I have a little bit of time open between 3 and 4 this afternoon. I'll try you again then between 3 and 4. Okay, so tell them when you're going to call them again. And then when you call between 3 and 4 and they don't pick up the phone, put it in your calendar so you don't mess it up because every one of those is a deposit in the trust account. When you call back between 3 and 4, you say, "Oh, I missed you again. I'll try you between 8 and 9 tomorrow." Okay, so just constantly tell them when you'll be calling them back. Here's the thing I will tell you guys about follow-ups. People will thank you for following up lots of times. People will thank you for following up lots of times. I mean, if you're looking at my screen right now, you can see some of my follow-ups with Philomena, and look at, um, let me find it here. You will actually see her response. Oh, I didn't log it yet. Her response was, "Thank you so much for staying after me. I'm ordering today, I promise." Okay, I haven't logged it all in there. So make sure that you're following up like a pro. And then it's all going to track on here. Your invites, all the connects you did today, all the follow-ups you did, people that you added, right? And then here, by the way, this is the link I was telling you guys where you can go see your, you can edit your goals. Okay, so if you want to change your goals, you just click on that. You click on that and it'll take you to this page again. You page through that, page through this, and then you can edit your goals right there for your dashboard. Okay. Um, Also, this little link right here, activity history, I want to show you guys this. This is killer. Okay, and this was a new thing that was just added a couple weeks ago, which is awesome. This is going to show you everybody that all the activity that you've done ever by day, who you connected with, what you said to them. Was it a sale? Was it an invite? Takes a second to load the first time you load it because there's a ton of data on this page, but it's super cool. Okay, I'm going to show you guys this, and then I'm going to jump over. I'm going to stop my share for a second, and I'm going to jump over to the Q&A page. I'm assuming you guys are writing questions. If you have questions and you haven't, write them on that Q&A page, and I will start answering them in a couple of minutes. Okay, so you can see here, look at this. Here's today, and you can see all of the different things that I've done with people. Okay, you can see the invites that I've done. You can see the connects that I've done, right? And then you can filter this. You can go, I just want to see invites, or I just want to see new ads, or I want to see all the days that I drank my shake and did my daily stuff, right? Because you log that on Teamzy too. Did you do your social post, your personal development, your workout, your shake? Okay. So some cool stuff there. There's so many things I didn't even show you guys, but I wanted to show you that because if all you do is do a killer power hour and do your follow-ups every day, you guys, your business is going to explode. And those of you guys, there's probably people sitting next to you or people on your team who are doing it and they're telling you that they're seeing that happen. So do it. Get in there. Get in the free trial and just blow it up. I want to see you guys sending me messages saying, "Oh my God, my best month ever. I can't believe it." All right, so let me just pull in here real quick. Um, I'm just seeing, I see one person had asked in the chat, should you record the whole conversation in Teamzy? I do. I do. I go back in. Okay, so let me see here. Oh, okay, good. Amanda didn't have volume at his back. That's good, because that would have been terrible if I talked the whole time and no one could hear me. Lisa, yes, I record the whole conversation in Teamzy. That's what I do. I don't always do it right away. I'm not the best at that. Honestly, I'm not that organized person. That's why I need something like this. But whenever I message somebody and I see there was a conversation that I didn't record, I'll quick copy and paste it back in there. For adding new contacts in your dashboard, do you only add people who you friend requested or people who accepted your friend request? So these are kind of questions that are really up to you guys. But I will tell you this: I add people in. Me personally, my definition of a relationship, so somebody that I put in Teams has to be a relationship, and that is somebody who, when I send them a message, they are not going to hate getting it from me, right? So if it's somebody that I met on Instagram or on Facebook, I'm assuming we've already had at least a couple of messages with each other before I add them in. Okay, but that's up to you guys. Is there a way to add contact lists from Instagram? Well, yeah. I mean, if you've got a list that you're keeping, there's no way to directly export that from Instagram. But if you're keeping a list, like a sheet, you can definitely import that sheet. You can also, guys, I'm going to jump over. I'm going to share my screen again to show you how easy it is to add new people. Hey, maybe I can do this so I can keep. I'll just do this one. Okay. So when you add new people, guys, I'm going to go back to the top of the page here. So this little add contact button, it's on every single page. So if you're on the dashboard, it's there. This is super easy. So you can just put people in here, right? So if you got a new prospect and his name is Joe Blow, it's done. Okay, it's that fast. And so it's going to add him. I say it's that fast, and then my internet stops working. Hopefully you guys are still there. All right, so now it's added him, right? And it's created a record for him. I can now set a rank for him, and I can create a follow-up for that person. So, you know, that's what I like about it, is that you can quick follow-ups, put follow-ups as you meet people. Okay. Let me just go down this list here. How do you add new Facebook friends? Okay. So the best way to add new Facebook friends is manually, like I just showed you. And if you're in Teamzy every single day, you're going to want to get that circle at the top of your dashboard that's rewarding you for adding people. It's going to motivate you to do it. But if you don't want to do that, you can just do another Facebook import at any time. Just keep in mind that Facebook imports aren't that fun to do, because sometimes Facebook doesn't give you your list right away. Sometimes it takes a day or two to get it. And if you've got a lot of junk in your Facebook, which most of us do, you're going to have to constantly be deleting that. So, but you can re-import Facebook. It won't create duplicates. Okay. Stacy asks, what's the easiest way to add new people from Facebook and leads from COO after you download them for the first time? Okay, so it's kind of the same question coming up a lot. That's good. COO is easy because you can just download your sheet and re-upload it. It won't create duplicates. Okay, so that's fine. You can also just do a date range if you want with the COO people. Okay. And then Facebook, I just answered. Is there a way, Pam asks, is there a way to delete a contact and or change someone's rank from the dashboard? Okay, that is a great question, Pam, and that will be available probably next week, maybe 2 weeks out. Okay, so it's being worked on right now. That's something that we know needs to happen. So currently, guys, for those of you who don't understand this question, if you want to change rank, you have to be creating a connect with them, and you can't delete them from the up next, but you have to go to their full record to do those things. So that soon we'll be able to do right from the up next module. Also, she says, if I'm doing connects with, hold on a second, it rolled. If I'm doing connects with, let's say, coaches, when I toggle back and forth from Facebook, it seems to default back to prospects each time and have to click on coach each time. Hey, that's a great refinement. I like that, Pam. Thank you. Thank you. That would be cool, right? If we could just leave it where you left it. That's a good one. I like that. Okay, good. I will definitely refer that over to the guys at Teamzy and recommend that. I uploaded all my Facebook friends into Teamzy and now getting more friends. How do I add them? That's the same question. We just answered it. Okay, great. Okay, you guys are awesome. Do future 3-star connects come up 3 months after the initial connect or 3 months after the last connect? I'm not sure I understand the difference. So they come up after the initial connect or after the last connect? Well, okay, so here's how it works. You got your whole list in there. In my case, 1,400 people, right? First, you're going to be your 5s, then your 4s, then your 3s. If you have, 1,000 3s, and you're only connecting with 10 of them a day, it's going to take you a while to get through them the first time. After you get through them the first time, they're going to pop back on your list in 90 days, if that makes sense. Okay. Can you, and would the time reset? Oh, the other part of Robert's question was, would the time reset after another connect or follow up? Absolutely. Every time you connect with somebody, it resets their default timer. Okay. From anywhere on the system, from any page. Can you add categories to the dailies category? Not currently, but that has been requested, so we'll see. So thank you for that one. Janae asks, hey, Janae, is this the same Janae that I met at Super Saturday? Hi, Janae. When I'm importing from Facebook, is there a way to avoid adding all the people I'm not actually friends with anymore? Unfortunately, there is not, and that is not under our control. That's Facebook. They're dumping all the data into that file. Facebook really doesn't want you to take that data out of Facebook. They're not making it easy for you guys. Okay, so unfortunately not. You're just going to have to go through and drop them in the trash can as you go through your list, okay? Robert Smith asks, so, by the way, love the cure, Robert. I'm sure you've heard that your whole life, but anyway. So if you do a follow-up, does the 3-month timer restart? Yes. Okay. Oh, Janae, we met on the cruise. Okay, great. I knew I met you somewhere. Jennifer Bush asks, or says, Teamzy has provided me with the 30 days, my best power hours. Thank you. I said thanks on the SC cruise, but thank you again. I'm not even thinking twice about paying for the service. I'm making sure all my coaches are getting on board with this. Thank you, Jennifer. Keep going. And I can't wait to see you continually have awesome months and see you walk the stage at Summit. Does Teamzy have the capability? This is an anonymous viewer. Anonymous. Wow, it sounds so heavy and exciting. Does Teamzy have the capability, like Automatic CEO, to use Beachbody marketing ads to add to emails? Can emails be automatically sent out via schedule, or do you have to do it all manually? Great question. The quick answer to that is no, it doesn't. The email marketing capability section of Teamzy is very basic right now, but it is under construction. It is under construction. So for those of you guys who are actively using Teamzy, I'll tell you a couple of things that are being worked on now. Is they're looking at creating a full bulk email marketing suite in there, right? Instead of building it from the ground up, there are going to be giving you a choice of a couple of third-party email services that are awesome that we're going to plug right in. You can just integrate right into Teamzy. But here's what I'm going to ask all of you guys who are actively using this. Go into the community. You get there by clicking on University here on the screen. Go into the community and tell us, what do you want it to do for you from an email marketing perspective? You know, rank them for us. These are like my 5 wish list items. Okay. The cool thing about Teamzy, it's the only system that is built specifically for you guys in your business. So tell us what you need in there, and the guys will likely build it. Okay. Okay. So there's my not so anonymous answer from our anonymous viewer. Darlene Barnard asks, can you pick a specific date for follow-up instead of 1 day, 2 days, 4 days, etc.? For example, if somebody has an event on 5/25, can we pick 5/25 for follow-up? That is current. That's on the next build in the next couple of weeks. It's already being built, just so you know, Darlene. Now, the guys wanted to make it super easy for coaches so that they're not overthinking it. That's why we just started with 1, 2, 3, whatever. But they are going to give you a calendar pick on the next build. You guys will be able to do that. Okay, Lisa asks, what's the importance of creating a group in Teams, and how do you use it? Well, you can use groups for all kinds of things, okay? You guys may have a group that's Instagram leads, right? And you may want to work it separately from your normal up next. There may be ways that you want to do it. When we have the full email suite in here, the groups are going to become mailing lists as well that you can create and you can segment. There's lots of uses. I personally use the groups to organize my contacts that are in challenge groups. So I know who's in the challenge group. So as people are joining the challenge group, I add them to that group. Because when the challenge, I don't know if you guys are like me, but when the challenge group starts, I'm like, okay, who the hell am I supposed to be in this group? Who am I supposed to put in right now, right? So I use it for that, and then I always remember what challenge groups they were in. When I'm on the record, it has all the challenge groups that they were in, which is kind of cool. So there's lots of things you can do with groups. Just get in there and play with it. It's really cool. I mean, that's one of the coolest things about a CRM is the fact that you can create subgroups and you can create mini marketing plans for those subgroups. Jackie asks, sorry if this was asked, when I've run out of coaches to check in with, how can I get my list of coaches to refresh? Jackie, that is a great question. The answer is recruit, recruit, recruit. Okay, so your coaches are going to come back based on their grades. So if they were 5, they're not coming back for 30 days, right? So if you've gone through your whole list and there's no coaches to connect with, then you got to really get focused on recruiting. Anytime you guys get to an empty screen on your up next, your goal is to recruit new people into that group, right? All right. So Jackie's really wanting to know, how does she get to 100%? So Jackie, if you're like 2 weeks away from your next coach showing up, you can go adjust your goals like I showed you on the edit daily goals and change your coach goal to 0 so that you can get your 100% high 5 every day, okay? If that's bothering you. Okay, beautiful. Gigi says, is there a way to scroll down through the follow-ups? Yes. Sometimes I've gotten behind. I want to make sure I'm not missing anyone important, but I can't see all the people. Let me show you how to do that, Gigi. So the easiest way to see your whole follow-up list is go to Team, okay, and see where it says follow-ups, click upcoming, and you can see the whole list, okay? Cool? I just made your day, didn't I? Bridget asks, Bridget's on my team. Hey, Bridge. When you add all your BB customers, does Teamzy know if they are personally sponsored coaches, or will they come up in both categories? Teamzy, That is a great question. I don't think so. I think you have to set it. I think you have to go through your coaches and rank them. But that is a great, Bridget, that is a great idea that it should do that for you. Okay, so let me show you how it is now. If you're on your coaches list on Team, let me just show you how you could do it. Okay. So actually, there's no way to aggregate this. So there are coaches already. Okay. So currently, as you go through each one of these, you're going to just click whether they're a PS downline. Yeah, see, it doesn't automatically create anything. So you have to click them right now. But hey, that is a great question. And I think that's a great idea, Bridget. So I am going to talk to the guys and see if they can add it. That doesn't help us though. People have already imported it. You just got to just cram through your list and assign them. Okay. Denise asks, bummed I didn't get to meet you at Super Saturday. As someone who struggles with follow-up, this is amazing. Thanks so much. Is it only an application that's used for Beachbody coaching? Well, thank you, by the way, that you think it's amazing. That's awesome. Um, anyone can use Teamzy. Anyone, it's completely open to the public. But that said, it is specifically designed for Beachbody coaches. But I know that there are other people from other network marketing companies who are using it just because it's so intuitive for them too. Okay. Um, Denise also asks, I know you mentioned we have to use Facebook Messenger as there's not a way to send through Teamzy. Are we able to send emails through Teamzy? Yes, you are able to send emails through Teamzy, but only through a Gmail account. So you need to get your Gmail account hooked up. You can do that under settings, or you can do it on the promote page, and then you can send emails through Teamzy. Again, like I said, the email functionality is going to greatly, greatly increase in the next few weeks. Stephanie Robinson asks, for discount coaches, do you categorize them as customers or coaches? I categorize them as coaches, but I think you should categorize them as coaches. They are coaches, right? And again, I can't even tell you how many times I've heard this recently from amazing leaders in our community, that you shouldn't discount your discount coaches, right? That you should treat them like coaches, because you never know when somebody's ready to get going. I was a discount coach, and I bet a ton of people on this call were also discount coaches. So I think, man, did I get them all? Now, I didn't click that I answered any of these, even though I answered all of them. So great. Anybody else have questions? So let me stop the share for a second. I can't see anybody though, which is fun, but let me look at the chat, see if anybody clicked in there. Okay, so great. People are having a great time in here, which is great. Does it track, how does it track earnings? Okay, it does track earnings only when you enter a specific sale. And currently it's only tracking earnings in the thousands, which means you got to get to $1,000 before it shows up on the business page. But here's what I will tell you guys. This is another area that is under construction right now. And so you will be able to very soon export your reports from Online Office and import them into Teamzy so that you have an accurate tracking of your income, which is important because we want to be able to see the growth in income along with your connects. Something that we did in the real estate, some of you guys know that I come from the real estate industry where we built tools like this to help real estate agents build their business. It's really important for us to track our activities against our income results so that we can see the direct impact of doing the daily activities, because you're going to be connecting with people. Some people are going to never respond. Some people are. There's no way of knowing, but if you're consistent with your daily activity, you're going to see those results down the board. Okay. Is there a way to export share activity so my coaches can share their activity instead of using a bat? That's coming. That's been requested, and I know it's been sketched up to do what's called an upline report email. So Jenny, you will be happy to see that. I'm in my trial period right now. Cannot find pricing info anywhere. Where can we find that? Okay, so let me show you guys how to actually do that. Actually, it's not going to show you pricing on my account properly. But basically, you're going to go to settings. Okay, and that was this little cogwheel. And then you're going to click on billing. And billing is going to take you to the page where you can sign up. The pricing, guys, is the pricing for Teamzy is $29.99 a month after your free trial. Okay, and that is less than the commission on one HD order. One Shakeology HG order. It's less than the commission on that. That's the whole point that they wanted to make, was that they give you a free month. You create a bunch of momentum. The very first sale you get will pay for your subscription. Okay. And then if you do a year in advance, you can save a little bit more money. So there's that question. Let me see who else. After the last connect, of course. Okay, do you suggest deleting other coaches or customers of other coaches? Yeah. I definitely think you should delete customers of other coaches unless you have a relationship with them, or it's a relationship where you're supporting maybe a downline coach. I know in my cases, I have a lot of downline customers who I stay in touch with because they're also relationships with me, and I'm just encouraging them. But I also will say this, guys. I have a lot of relationships with coaches who aren't on my team that I have in Teamzy because I want to stay in contact with them. Because the whole thing about relationships is it's about spreading the love, right? And when you spread the love everywhere, it comes back to you. It comes back to you in droves. So you don't want to just talk to people who could directly get you a commission check, because you learn from your peers, right? We learn from other coaches and we support each other. So I have lots of people. Some of you guys are in my Teamzy, and I'll reach out to you and stay in contact with you. I don't care. Okay. You might want to ask that in Q&A. That's a really good question. Okay, great. Good. It was a good question. How much is the monthly after the trial? $29.99. We got that. We got that. Great. Got that. Great. Yep. See, you guys are all about this. Group thing. Did I answer the group thing? Somebody put in there if you liked my answer for the group thing, or I can go more into it. Okay. How do you create groups? How do you create groups? Oh, I better show you that, right? Let me share my screen again. So bizarre not seeing you guys while I'm doing this. Okay, so you're gonna go to your team. Okay, gonna go to your team, and you're gonna click. See where it says groups? Right here. See this little new group button? Bam, new group. So maybe this group's called the 4-6 webinar group. Okay, so you create the group. That's easy. So now I've got that group. So now if I want to add somebody to that group, so I know my friend Bridget's on this call. See, Bridget, you're in Teamzy. Let's see what star you are. You're 3 stars. See, that's pretty good, Bridget. So check this out. I want to add her to this group. So all I need to do is right here where it says groups, add to group. Bam, now she's in that group. Okay, and this will show me all the groups that she's in. So let's say she's going to be my next challenge group, or my last challenge group. So now I can see all the groups she's been in, right? And I can take her out of the group by just clicking right here. Bam. Okay, so that's how you do groups. Pretty easy. Okay. When you search for someone's name at the top, click on their name. Oh, somebody already wrote this. Thank you, Lisa. Okay, great. Tammy, how does type mode come into play with this? So type mode is if you're going through your list and you've got people that are on your list that are in the wrong group. So for example, let me get to my full team list. Type mode. I can quick go through and move people from customer to coach or prospect, right? I can move them between those things. Now, you guys will find duplicates when you import your Facebook friends. You will find that you have friends in the because all your Facebook friends are going to come in as prospects. Some of those people are coaches on your team, so they're going to be in 2 groups. You just need to delete the prospect one because it doesn't have anything but their name, and keep the coach one. So you'll see that. When you're doing your up next, you'll go, why is my personally sponsored coach on my prospect list? Oh, it must be a duplicate. I'm going to delete them. Okay. Is there a way to export share activity so my coaches can share activity instead of using BAT? So we talked about that. That's coming. Is there a way to combine prospects and coaches? We just talked about that too. Cassie, you just got to clean them up and delete the duplicates. Deleting is super easy, by the way. When you're back in normal mode, I mean, you just click on that and delete them. Okay, it's really easy. No, I don't want to delete her. Okay, great. Will we be sharing this recording to watch it again? Yes. How about that? Basic Cassie says, how can I most a prospect to a coach list only? Basically, how can I'm not really, Cassie, rewrite that. I don't understand what you're saying there. How can I maybe it's move a prospect to the coach list only? Is that what it is? So if you're on a specific person, like let's say Wizleen right here, and she's a customer, or let's say she was a prospect, all I do is click on it to change her groups. If she became a coach, I would just come to her record and I would click it in there and she's personally sponsored coach. Okay. Or I'd demote her to customer if that happened. Make sense? Okay. What if you had so many contacts, like 5,000? How would the generator ever get to the 2 or 3-star ranked people if it keeps bringing up the 4 or 5-star ones every 30 or 60 days? Pam, that's a great question. Here's what I will tell you. You probably don't have that many 4s and 5s. You shouldn't have that many 5s. I mean, these are people you're going to say hi to every single month. You'll be amazed. Try it. See how many months you want to say hi to the same person. It's a lot. It's really it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is. So be judicious with those. But when you have 5,000 people, you may want to be moving more people into the 2 category. Okay, because you might not get through all 5,000 as often as you'd like, but you want to get through the best people. You want to get through the best people. Remember I told you guys it's so important to prioritize your relationships? Here's the thing that you need to write down about that, the principle. If you don't prioritize your relationships, you can never prioritize your time. If you don't prioritize your relationships, you can never prioritize your time. Okay? Because the turkeys will take all your time, and you need to spend time with the best people. You need to spend and invest time with the people who are most likely to do business with you. Okay? Because time is the only thing that we have that deepens a relationship. Okay. Is there a way to default to the connect type? Default the connect type? No, but that is a great suggestion. Somebody mentioned that. I love that. He does 99% of his follow-ups on Messenger, and it'd be great to select Facebook Messenger and be done with it. I think that would be cool too. If you guys ever saw that movie, The Pursuit of Happiness with Will Smith, did you guys ever see that movie? I forget his name, Chris, the guy who he was playing, the real guy, Chris, can't think of his name right now, but I saw him speak at a conference, and he talked about the way he got ahead in Wall Street was everybody would hang up the phone when they were cold calling and dial, and he never hung up the phone. He just pushed the receiver, and he was able to add like 20 more calls a day. So I love that idea. Okay, so great. We'll be telling the guys about that. I've been coaching 7 months. Worth it to go through and update all my messages in Teamzy, or better to have a clean slate? Stephanie, do not worry about that. Move forward. That's too much work. Just move forward. You know what? And then as you're talking to people, if you want to paste some of that message in, fine. I wouldn't go back and do that. I think it's more important that you move forward and continue to generate stuff. You're going to find people you wish you'd followed up with as you go, and that's okay. Stephanie also says, although that one just went through twice. Okay, what are the main functional reasons you use groups, Eric? So I thought I had answered that a little bit, but groups are just a way to keep track of segments of your database, of your list. Okay. Other great ways you can use, we talked about keeping them for challenge groups. We talked about keeping them, I know a lot of coaches have groups for specific programs so that they know what programs people have been in, which fitness programs. I like to keep groups like, veterans, for example, because then you can do specific marketing around Veterans Day or things like that to them. Okay, so there's really cool stuff that you can do with groups. So any little segment that you might want to do, you might want to do something for moms on Mother's Day. You might want to do, you know what I mean, that kind of stuff. So it's important as you go, as you guys really get into this, you'll get more into the groups as you go. How can you delete? I made too many copies of an email template. How can you delete connect templates under promote? Currently, Robert, you cannot delete templates, but that's coming very soon. And so that's part of the big email overdrive, the promote page overhaul that's under construction right now. How do I move prospect? And I answered it yes. Okay, great. Cool. So let me just check over one more time to the Q&A, see if there's anything left there. Stella, Chelsea, and Aiden really want me to say hi. Hi, kids. Tell them I said hi, and that Lisa says hi too. Missy Jackman says, this is great, getting so much more out of this than just learning about Teamzy. You rock. Thanks. Good. I'm glad you guys. The whole point of these seminars or these webinars is that you guys get value. I hope that you learn a lot from these. I want you to know that it is a passion of mine to teach you guys this. I've been teaching people how to do relationship marketing for 15 years, long before I became a Beachbody coach. So I'm hoping that every time I talk to you guys, some nuggets will leak out. We are going to be doing webinars every 2 weeks. The next one will be 2 weeks from today, the 20th of April. We'll send you guys information on that. Make sure that you get your teams in there, anyone who's interested in there to do it. Also, if you guys have a large team and you want to schedule a guest training for your team call, and you will have more than 20 coaches on that team call. Send a message through this little help button right here, and to Teamzy to schedule that. Okay, because we are doing team calls based on first come first serve availability. So if you guys want to do that, definitely do that. Request it. Okay. So see you guys soon. Thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate it. We will email you guys the recording link a little bit later in the week. Keep using Teamzy, and here is to your best year ever.